everybody, it's Holiday Brand here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you guys started watching this, hi, surprise, I'm fucking back. I know that it's been a really long time that I actually have been filming. I do apologize that I haven't been posting consistent videos on the weekly, but this is basically, give you guys the update, the excuses of the reasons why I haven't been uploading a lot, and hopefully, you guys can find this shit entertaining. Hopefully you guys can learn something about me, and maybe hopefully my situations can actually help you. I don't know what type of fucking events are going on into your life, but if you are happening to be in the same position I was during the summer, this video is for you. So let's get started. Oh my god, I'm going to join the video. I love you. Alright, so I want to start off this video that ever since I graduated with my bachelor's degree in psychology, I feel like that was the beginning to the end of so many things. And here's a couple of things that Are you okay? Are you okay? As I stated before, ever since I graduated with my bachelor's degree of psychology, I feel like that was the beginning of the end for so many fucking things. And actually, like, as terrible as that sounds, I feel like that was the best thing that could have happened to me. So here's a couple of things that had happened during December. Here he comes. Alright. Now, as my senior year was coming to an end, I really was just itching to find a job in my field, and I really wanted to work as a behavioral technician. Now, for those who don't know what a behavioral technician is, I can make a whole video about it regarding about this job description, especially for you upcoming seniors, especially people who are in social work, psychology, and even sociology majors who are looking for a job in their field. I can make that video for you. But basically what a behavioral technician is basically a person who goes provide services one-on-one at the client's home. And the client is basically, well, my clients were children who were diagnosed with autism. Now, I do have to say that being a behavioral technician is a very difficult job. It actually has a very high turnover rate, and for those who don't know what turnover rate means, is basically how long an employee lasts in the company or in the field. And it's a really stressful job, and unfortunately I played in the statistics, but just hear me out. So I got a job with a company in the beginning of the year in January, and that's where I ended up falling in love with not just the job title, but actually with the science behind it. It's basically, what we do is provide ABA services, apply behavior analysis. Really hard to explain it, but you're basically, you're dealing with children with disabilities, and you're going into their homes. I'm providing services into people's homes. And so it's a very invasive job. It's very emotionally exhausting, and you just see people in their most vulnerable states. As I would come into people's homes, and when I provide services, I would have parents tell me I never thought that my child would do this. I never thought that my child could ever tie their shoelaces. I never thought that my child would come home and tell me about their day. That, my child has never done that before. And that makes me feel really good, because I'm just wow, I actually changed not only their children's lives, but actually their lives as well. And so that's why I ended up falling in love with the job in the beginning of my career, I guess you can say. And so I continued with this job in the beginning of the year, And of course, I was only working part-time because number one, I didn't want to commit to a full-time schedule. I didn't want to have like a rude awakening into like the field, because I said it before, it is super stressful. And number two, I was still going to school and I was still dancing. I was just not ready to let go of dancing. Continue, you know, working and providing ABA services with this company. I really was invested in this, and not just emotionally, but I really thought that this was like my calling. I talked to my BCBA, my supervisor. I was like, hey, after graduation, can I go full time? And they were like, yes, we would love for you to go full time. But unfortunately, there was just so many things that were happening in the company that just made me feel really uncomfortable to continue with my employment with this company, that I ended up finding a second job with another company that also provides ABA services in July. And so I quit that job in July, and immediately within a week I started working with this other company that I thought it had everything that I wanted. In this job interview that I had with the second company, the first thing I stated was, really am looking for a company that is willing to invest in me, that is willing to invest in my career, because I strongly believe that this is my calling. I want to work for a company that not only trains me, but also like not just like, you know, that just trains me well. And I feel like that's something that everybody kind of wants, you know, in a job. And if that's something that you don't want, I highly suggest that should be what you want, because you're basically like, yeah, like a job is basically like exchanging your time for money. But like if you're like that's what makes a job and a career different, right? And we're like, a career is like something that is it, like it's a field, it's a set of skills, and that, you know, it's just what you want, you know. And so I really wanted ABA to be like my career. And so this company right away said, hey, you know what, like, we're going to provide you full time, we're going to give you health benefits, we're going to give you holiday pay, we're going to give you sick pay, and if, you know, you become a registered behavioral technician, we will pay that for you. And I was just really excited, because I was like, holy shit, like this company is really like is willing to invest in me and in my career. And I was just like, awesome, great, like you're gonna give me a full-time schedule and you're gonna give me all this stuff. Fuck yeah, like I want this. And they were gonna stick to my pay as well. I'm not gonna lie, like my first company, as shitty as they were, they were definitely like the highest definitely the highest pay I've got, because there were some ABA companies that only wanted to pay me minimum wage, which is like $12. And I was just like, no, dude, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna work part-time for minimum wage. You're fucking ridiculous. You wanna join in the party, baby? You have to like sit down. Okay, so as I stated before, what a behavioral technician does is that they provide one-on-one services at the client's home. Parts of being a behavioral technician is that you have to have your own car, and you have to have reliable transportation. You gotta make sure that that car is good, it's reliable. You gotta, you know, be on top of its maintenance, you know, its tires, the engine, the oil check, because you're gonna be driving around the entire fucking city, and in this case, driving around Orange County. So I just want you to imagine like a social worker, like, you know how like social workers like go to like clients' houses like one-on-one to see like, you know, like what the environment is like and check on the children. Basically, that's kind of what my job is. I would wake up at 8 in the morning because I have to be at a client's house at 9 in the morning, and then within breaks I will have an hour break to drive to commute to the other client's house. I'm actually gonna leave like an example like right over here of what a typical day looks like. But basically, like, my day will start at 8 in the morning. I had to be on the freeway at 8 in the morning to beat traffic because I have to go see a client who is 21 miles away from me. Their appointment starts at 9 in the morning, and then I will go see clients literally back to back to back. And my last session for the night will usually end up at 7:30 at night. And then I will get back home at 8:30, sometimes even 9 o'clock. Yeah, technically I was working 12 hours because, you know, I had to be on the road at 8 and then I get back home at 8. But I would only get paid 8 hours. And the driving time, I only got paid minimum wage. So basically, we'll work a 12-hour shift nearly every single day, working with 3, 4, sometimes up to 5 clients per day, Monday through Saturday, okay? Monday through Saturday. I was technically working like 12-hour shifts, but I would only get paid $8 my rate. And then every time when I would be on the road, when I would commute between clients, I would only get paid minimum wage. And of course I do get paid mileage, but my mileage is super shitty. Like I would get paid like 44 cents per mileage. And I would sometimes will drive up to 100 miles per day. Even though I was working, oh my God. Even though I was working Monday through Saturday, I was technically only paid my rate 42 hours and like maybe like 55 minutes. All that extra time like between gaps is technically called my driving time plus my breaks and my lunch. And literally, because I'm on the road, my breaks and my lunches would consist of me being in my car. Like sometimes like these places, like the clients' houses will be so far away from my home that like just trying to get home will literally be out of my way. And I'm not gonna lie, like the mileage like pay sucked so much. And like right now that California is like going through this whole like gas rate going up so high, like gas is expensive as $5 per gallon. Like I literally like was paying out of pocket my gas. Like what the fuck. I have to remind you that not only am I driving around clients' houses, but every time like I literally have to like keep, you know, like draining my energy because I had to like provide, you know, services to these kids. And like in order to provide like therapy, like it's not just about like, it's about like, you know, having fun and building rapport with the kids. And you gotta make sure that these kids, you know, are learning, you know, like it's just a lot of work. For those who actually have children, like you guys know what I'm talking about, like how hard it can be, really draining, like entertaining these kids, and then not only just entertaining these kids but actually like placing demands on these children. It's really emotionally exhausting. So my week would consist of me driving, you know, providing services to autistic kids, and that's pretty much it. And because my time and energy and even resources, even my own money, it would all be on my fucking job as a behavioral technician. And that is kind of the reason why I stopped stripping and why I stopped making YouTube videos. And I even stopped doing photo shoots and stopped posting on Instagram because this job was taking so much of my time, my energy, and I have to say this, but it was making me so fucking unhappy. This is how bad it was. Like I would like have Kubby like inside this apartment from like 8 in the morning till like 7 at night, and that was because like Warren came, you know, a little bit before, you know, I did from work. And so like I didn't even have like time to spend time with my dog, you know. And that may be the situation for a lot of people, but like that's not a job. Like a job is just 8 hours and that's it. Like, but for me, like my entire day and my entire week, I only had one day, which was Sunday, that I have for myself. Like Sunday was the only day that I have for myself. Like Monday through Saturday, it just consisted of work. That was it. Like, I hate to say this, but like this job is not a consistent like paycheck at all. It's just not a reliable source of income because unfortunately, like we are based on clients' appointments, I guess you can say. So like if I had clients, or like I have to say parents, if I had parents cancel for whatever reason, the parents have the right to cancel. And so there were so many times in where like I would drive 20 miles away from my home to go to a client's house, and the client would cancel. And sometimes, I would be notified way too late. Sometimes I will be notified, while I'm on the freeway, while I'm at their door, and I don't get paid for that. So I would literally not just only waste my time, but I would waste my gas. And I'll be like, well, I don't have an appointment till the next 2 hours, and I can't go home because it's literally out of my way. I guess I'm just gonna hang out at the Starbucks and at this mall, waste time. And it's so funny because I actually tried to do YouTube videos and I tried to do like Instagram during this time, and honestly, like I just couldn't do it because I was just so stressed out. During my 90-day probationary period, I really just started not hating my job. I just started hating all the things that I had to sacrifice. Now, I do want to mention that I was a really decent behavioral technician. Actually, like what I love about this company that I had is that my case manager would always come to my sessions like every 2 weeks. And he will constantly give me constructive criticism. He will constantly help me, conduct my sessions. He would constantly tell me like, hey, Holiday, you're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong. This is how you can do it. This is how you can handle it. He was a really good technician, but I honestly was just doing it because I felt like I was stuck at that very moment. I was just like, fuck, like I have a full-time job. Unfortunately, this job takes so much of my time that I can't even look for another job. And so I literally was just like, as the days kept passing by, I was just like talking to the universe like, fuck, like I need to get out, but I don't know how to get out of this situation because it's a this is more than just a full-time job. Like this job consists so much of my time. Even when I started applying for jobs, they will constantly call me during business hours. In this case, they would call me when I would have my sessions, and they would always ask me like, well, can you come for like a job interview like tomorrow or like the next day? And I would have to decline because I'm like, I'm sorry, but like I'm currently unemployed. I mentioned before, this job consists of so much driving. I'm telling you, I would drive as far as the south side of Orange County. Like I literally would drive so far, actually like literally passing Anaheim Hills, like almost Riverside. And because that's where my clients were, that's where I was assigned to. And so because I will be on the road all of the time, I end up starting to get scared because there's been so many times in where I have almost been in car accidents because I'm just on the road all the time. And if you're increasing your chances of being, like if you're on the road for so long, you're increasing your chances of getting into a car accident. And so I end up getting into a car accident. In the beginning of October, it was a Friday. I was coming back home from one of my most farthest clients, and I was taking the 91 West, and I was in one of those like complete stop traffics, and I was in a complete stop. I was in the fast lane, and I don't of nowhere, I just heard tires screech. And when I look up on my fucking rear view mirror, I fucking see this black fucking Chevy just hit my fucking car. All of it, bitch. Oh my god, it was terrible. This fucking random black Chevy just like rear-ended me on like, this girl was going like faster than 50 miles per hour because this bitch, not only did she fucking destroy the back of my little red Honda, but she fucking like ended up making the fucking muffler like fall out of my fucking car. It was fucking terrible. So of course I went into survival mode. I got out. I saw that she had a baby in the back. I ended up calling Highway Patrol and I told them, hey, like this random black Chevy like just rear-ended me. There's a baby in the back. Can you call the fucking ambulance? Because I don't know if the baby is like, you know, okay. And so because we were in the fast lane, the lady in the fucking phone, she was like telling me, hey, like if your car is drivable, I need you to go to the emergency lane because you are blocking traffic. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna follow protocol because that's what behavioral technicians do. They fucking follow protocol. And so the fucking lady, you know, comes out and she's like in tears and she's like telling me like, I'm so sorry. And I look at her and I was like, hey, it's okay. I have the cops like on the line. And I literally did like a physical prompt. I did a physical prompt and I like pointed to the emergency lane and I say, hey, I'm gonna meet you over there. And so I got in my fucking car. You guys already know what the fuck I did wrong here. Like I made so many mistakes here. Oh my god. Yeah, I left without taking a photo of her car. I left without taking a photo of her license or insurance. I literally was just I literally had faith in her. I was just like, there's no way that this girl's gonna run away. Like I literally called the cops. And so I emerged into the emergency lane and guess what, bitch? She fucking ran off. This happened on a Friday, okay? And I was like freaking out because I was just like, fuck, I don't have a car and I have, you know, fucking, like I have a client at like tomorrow, like in the morning. I actually end up having 2 clients back to back. And I was like, fuck, like how the fuck am I gonna get to work? So immediately I like called my job and I was just like, hey, I'm just letting you know that I just got rear-ended and I don't have access to a car. So I'm gonna have to cancel all my appointments until further notice. And so this was the sign from God. I'm so scared of asking the universe of what I fucking want because the universe will give me what I want, but it would always follow with a consequence. I can ask the universe for $1 million, but maybe for in return, it will like kill my dog. Like you just never know. Like, so that's why I just don't ask for shit. But in this case, like I really, really wanted to get the fuck out of my job. I just was so fucking unhappy. I'm sorry. This was the sign from God, okay? My job depended on my fucking car. It depended on my reliable transportation, and guess what, bitch? The universe took it away from me. And so I literally was like, I can't go to work. I have all this free time. I need to start looking for a job. And literally I missed like 9 days of work, which was basically like a full, like more than a full work week. And within that week, I started to writing several cover letters, different versions of my resume. I started applying to so many fucking jobs that I knew I was not qualified to do. And that's when I kind of realized that my job description was so fucking niche that every job interview that I would go to, it was so difficult for interviewers to understand what I did for a fucking living. Like, I would tell them, oh, I'm a behavioral technician. They would be like, what are you talking about? Like, what is that? Like, I thought technicians were like people that fix stuff or like, you know, do stuff, like they make up stuff. And so that's when I realized that like my job is so niche, and if I would have gotten out on time, if I would still continue with that job for another year or two, trying to find a different job outside of that field would be so fucking difficult. So I'm just really grateful that I had that car accident, because I literally like got to get out of the, like I was able to get out of that field as soon as I can. Like, thank God that my car was taken away. It doesn't take away of how shitty the situation was, because literally that fucking woman, like, she totaled my car. Like, she totaled my car. And like I said before, I missed 9 days of work, and that was nearly about $1,400 that I missed. And so, you know, that's that. I end up getting not just one but 2 offer letters. And once I got those offer letters, I immediately, you know, sent my letter of resignation. And I just told them the truth. I was like, hey, I don't have a car. My car is a total loss. I'm paying a rental car out of my own pocket. Oh, and that's one thing too. A lot of people were telling me like, oh, you should just rent a car. Like, dude, I literally spent over $600 on a rental car, like, in the past month, just so I can go to work. Like, the only people that should pay to go to work are strippers. And the reason why is because, like, they're independent contract workers. And, like, the payout is so fucking huge. Literally, as a behavioral technician, paying for a rental car is just, like, it doesn't make any sense. And like I said before, the fucking girl, like, did a hit and run. Like, she didn't end up having insurance. The good thing is that my car was, you know, paid out, but the bitch is broke. Like, she can't afford it. That is basically what happened. I know that it's a really crazy story. Yeah, that's basically the reason why I stopped uploading on YouTube. And the reason why is because I was so focused on my career that I just didn't end up having not just the time, but I just didn't have the energy for it, you know? And then my job, what I have right now, like, it's so completely different from what I was doing. Number one, like, I'm working in a corporate office. Like, I'm working in this beautiful building. There's like a gym on site. There's like so many restaurants surrounding me. Literally, I have like an hour lunch break, and I can go downstairs, you know, down the building to the many restaurants that they offer. And then I work in an office. I just received my desk last week. I'm working Monday through Friday, 40 hours straight. And I am getting paid the same pay that I am as a behavioral technician. And I'm currently working in a field that I know nothing about. The good thing is that I don't need to get a master's degree to flourish in this field at all. I don't have to get a master's degree. I don't have to get an MBA or anything like that. If anything, I just need training. I need to be mentored by the right people. And if anything, I could just get certified. And certification doesn't cost more than $200, $300. I would spend $200, $300 on a certification rather than $80,000 on a master's degree. I'm really excited to get back on YouTube. I know I've been so far away, but like literally, you guys, like, this past like summer, like, I've been doing nothing but crying. I've been doing nothing but like soul searching. I've been doing nothing but like just trying to like figure my life out. But I'm just so happy that I had to go through all of that, because now I know what I don't want in a job. Now I know what I don't want as like my work environment. And one thing's for sure is that I get to appreciate my current job. Like I said before, I really love my job. And now that I have Saturdays, Sundays, and most importantly, I have the afternoons and the nights with you guys. I'm gonna make more content. I'm gonna have time to edit. I'm gonna have more time with my dog. And like, as you guys can see, like, you know, like, I get to be with Kubby more often, baby. I love you. All right, so that is the story that I have for you guys. I know it's so long and winded, but like, I just wanted to give this update to you guys. Like, YouTube is my therapy, okay? Make sure to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is HEYYY. I like to post photos. I like to post rants. I like to post photos and videos with my dogs and my cats. Say bye, Kubby. Bye. Good boy. You're such a good boy. All right. Bye, you guys.